No need to adjust your sets. What you're witnessing is a display of fan light blinkage. I'm going to talk tonight, about fan lights or light sticks. And this is my collection of 4. And before I go any further, I'm going to shut this carnival off for a minute. Okay, that's better. That strobe effect may be seizure-inducing to some. So, this is a part of the K-pop culture that I really love. I never knew about it until I got interested in these groups, and it's the light stick or fan light, like I just said. These are what fans bring to performances, either live concerts or TV performances or other fan events, and each one is uniquely designed for each group. And I'm going to show you my collection of these 4, and also talk about fanchants, which is a fun part of the fan culture too, that I've liked. So I'm going to turn on the lights here and commence. It's late October 2021, and Halloween is just a couple nights away. There's reports of monsters in the neighborhood, a little bit troubling, but so far, everything quiet tonight. I'm dedicating tonight's video to my mother, who passed away this week, age 86. And she would have, I think, really liked these videos. She was never able to see any of them. But she encouraged me, as all great moms do, in my interests. And she would drive me to the mall to buy records. She bought me my first stereo in middle school. It had a record player, turntable, a radio tuner, and a cassette player. I rarely used the cassette player, but I spent thousands of hours listening to albums on that turntable, probably for a good 10 years, right through my middle, high school, and even college years. And on the radio, I would listen to 97 Rock in the mornings as I was getting ready for school. She also took me to my very first Star Trek convention in Niagara Falls. I must have been 9 or 10. And I've been going ever since. And right over there is a wall full of signed Star Trek pictures, which I've shown in other videos. So I love you, Mom. Thank you. And I hope that you can see this from where you are. Now, with these light sticks, these are a part of the fan culture that I just am fascinated by. And here's a picture I found on Pinterest. Someone did a collection of different kinds of, different fan lights from different groups. This is, I think, outdated by a couple of years. Most of these on top are girl groups, and of these I have the red velvet one that you see there, and the Blackpink one that you see there, although I believe these are, I think this was version 1. I know I have version 2. It says that on the box, and it looks like the difference may be this kind of mic stand thing that comes with mine. My other 2 from Cherry Bullet and Rocket Punch are not on this picture. These are, the rest of them are mostly boy groups, but you can see there's a real variety in their design. They'll have the group's logo incorporated in there. Or this is actually my favorite. I don't know anything about that group, but it's the best light stick of theirs. Here's the girl groups. That's Girls' Generation. Here's IU. I'm linking to a video of IU performing in front of a crowd just to show her crowd using those fan lights. It was a great performance. she's in the round. Audience surrounds her. It's a big arena. You can really see how the fan lights, they blink in unison. Most of these will connect to the arena through Bluetooth settings. And two of mine actually have apps. I updated them today. The Blackpink and Rocket Punch ones have apps, and those apps include color controls, so you can adjust the color settings, adjust other settings as well. And then there's also a feature where you can put your seat number. When you go to a concert, you put your seat number in there, and so each section of the crowd could light up in a different way or blink on a different pattern. So anyway, that IU video that I linked to in the description to this one is a great example of that, of the crowds using their fan lights and also doing fan chants, which is another part of all this. They'll chant her name, or if it's a group, it's the members of the group. Also, they'll sing along. It's one of her best songs. Reminds me of Natalie Imbruglia, actually. And it's just remarkable to me the way she holds that crowd right in the palm of her hands. It's just her on stage. The band is submerged. The crowd surrounds her, and she just looks so confident and happy and just full of joy. It's a great performance and a great fan light example. So anyway, that's IU. I don't have any of her fan lights. But let's see, I guess I'll start with, move these out of the way. We'll start with Red Velvet. Move those off a little. Okay. So this is, I think, the oldest light in terms of when it came out. Not sure exactly, I couldn't find a copyright, but Red Velvet is the oldest existing of these four groups. They debuted in 2014, so I'm guessing this probably came out the next year, or maybe 2016. And it's fairly basic. It's got the Red Velvet logo on top of it. It says there. This is a button that does connect to Arena Bluetooth, so it will blink in unison with the other ones. And it's got the different settings, just straight up light, blinking, fast blinking. This one I like, it's a fade. It's a very simple, elegant design. I think very fitting of Red Velvet, which I believe to be the most elegant of all girl groups. My personal favorite. I have pictures here from, this is a photo book from their concert La Rouge in November of 2019, just before everything all went to shit. And not just because of COVID, but about 2 months later, Wendy fell off the stage and broke her hip, her what was it, her arm, I think, and her cheekbone. It was out for over a year, but back now, thank God. Anyway, there they are with that very same light stick. Okay, it's got a rubber strap on the end. I think so when the fan is shaking it with enthusiasm, it doesn't fly out. And you can see them holding their sticks. And then in the front here, there's a couple good shots of the whole crowd. And so there they are facing the crowd, and those little spots of light are those fan lights. And here too. All right, and then okay, next light I'll show is Rocket Punch. I love this group, and I especially love the design of this light stick and of their first 3 CDs, which are right here. got just an awesome cartoony vibe to it. This rocket just reminds me of something out of a Bugs Bunny cartoon, as well as this image, or Mickey Mouse even. So their first 3 CD releases had the same kind of graphic element to it. So there's Pink Punch, Red Punch. It looks like a version of that spaceship there. Surreal, and I really like this one the best, Blue Punch, with the sea creatures. This one I have an autographed copy of. It's this one right here. This is the only true autograph I have of any artist, not just K-pop, but musical at all. The only other autographs I have really are from Star Trek actors and actresses. I do have autographs from a couple of the guys who were Elvis's backup singers. Saw them, of course they were, very old, even 20 years ago, but I saw them and signed their thing. But other than that, I think there's no other musicians or singers that I have autographs of. So anyway, this is Rocket Punch. I won this in a raffle at the K-pop store. And I can verify that these are the members' actual signatures through my very scientific method of comparing what's on here to one of their photo cards. All right, so they've got a signature on their photo card. This is from their last release, Ring Ring, but there's Dayan right there. This is Sohee right there, and so forth. This is Youngkyung. This one, a lot of them make some kind of picture or design. Sooyeon's got an arrow. Her name here. Or just put little smiley faces in. There's Juries. You can't really see that too well. And Yoni. That's right up here. Of course, I'm sure anyone could just copy this and write it there, pass it off as real. But I trust the K-pop store. They awarded me this for being a good customer. So anyway, there's Rocket Punch and their great design. And here, their stick. This one's got 3 different color modes. It's got a steady and then a blinking mode for each one. That's, I guess, white. It's a little hard to see, maybe in the video, but this is a light purpley color. Or no, I guess that is. The one before it was more pink. Okay, and this one also has Bluetooth capability to it. It's also got the moving part inside, the stars. The second video that I linked to is of Rocket Punch holding their light stick, and it's called a fanchant guide. So what they're doing in that video, you'll see words on the screen, and they show the fans when to say what things during the songs. Certain parts of the song might be call and response, or the fans would sing along in part of it. And there's parts where the fans would chant the names of the members of the group, and that's one of the most notable parts of the fan chants to me. So if you look at the Rocket Punch video that I linked to, you'll see it starts right away with the members chanting each other's names in unison, and they almost always go from oldest to youngest. I forget which order they go in. Hold on. All right, I just wanted to fact check myself here, because if you do watch that video, even the first 10 seconds of it, I just want you to understand what you're hearing. It's their names in order here. So they're going to say Juri, Yoni, Sooyeon, Youngkyung, Sohee, Dayan. And they do that a couple times throughout the song, plus other chanting as well. But I always like how the fans will name check the members like that. Almost all names seem to be two syllab. No, not syllabi. What's the word? Syllables, right? Two syllables. It's like all these names, so they fit pretty well into any song. I like Red Velvet's Fanchant, which uses their full Korean names instead of their stage names. So that chant would go Bae-ju-yeon, Kang Soo-gi, Song Seung-wang, Park Soo-young, Kim Ye-rim, Red Velvet. So each one is different. Twice as I like too. Twice has 3 Japanese members whose names don't scan often. So for someone like Sana, instead of their full Japanese name, which is I think Minotozaka Sana, something close to that, they'll just say Sana-jang, which means awesome Sana. And it fits in with the rest of the chant that way. Okay, so there's Rocket Punch. And then we have Blackpink. So like everything else Blackpink does, this really stands out for its over-the-topness. You can see how the design stands out from all the others. It's instantly recognizable and iconic. Combines their 2 colors, black and pink. The name itself represents the duality, black being aggression, power, darkness, pink being femininity and seductiveness and beauty. And I find this light stick to be a perfect visual metaphor for all of that. It's a hammer, double-ended, with hearts as the hitting surface. And you can even adjust the airflow here for how much you want it to squeak. Not at all. Or a lot. I just turned it off accidentally. This one has Bluetooth also. And the strap. Really like the kind of mic stand setup they have here. I wish they actually had a microphone like this. I would buy it and use it for these broadcasts. This one also has a sound detector, and it'll blink different colors in unison or along with the beat of the sound. And no matter where you are, I've used it here at home. So what I'm saying is I didn't go to a concert. I watched a video here at home, and I think this is the mode. It'll pick up on music and even change different colors. And the firmware update that I downloaded today that I mentioned earlier has additional features to adjust color settings and whatnot. So this is Blackpink's Heart Hammer. Just funny in and of themselves. I can imagine Duchamp or somebody designing something like this. Okay, then the final one, I guess, here would be the Cherry Bullet. And this is actually the first thing I ever showed in a video, I think, or it was in the first video that I ever made. This came to me from an online order from the K-pop store. Just after the lockdown, when you couldn't go anywhere anymore, and I was losing my mind and looking for something to do. That was kind of the genesis of this whole project, really. And this was one of the first things I got just because I thought it looked so cool. And I love Cherry Bullet too. So more on this if in the Cherry Bullet video, if you want to look at that. Okay, I thought I heard something, sorry. This one too, it's got a very unique design, like the black pink. So it's not a straight up and down stick like the first two I showed, and like most of them that I showed from that Pinterest page. But okay, I heard it again. Now the dog's barking. Hold on. Thought there might be something out here by the pool. I knew it. He's back. He seems docile, though. I'll let him go. Good night, Al. Front yard now. Oh shit. Monster close by.